Hi, I'm Sahar Mansoor. I'm the founder of Bare Necessities. We're a small enterprise that wants to create a waste-free world. So essentially, I think I've been an environmentalist for a long time. So I'm obsessed on various environmental issues for a really long time. But honestly, it was moving back to Bangalore when I was working with waste pickers around Bangalore city that made me kind of really confront our waste problem and my own waste problem in a very personal level. The broken glass bottle that that gentleman Rahman was picking up could have easily been the bottle that I threw out 2 days before, or the sanitary napkin that he was sorting through could have easily been mine. And I think it just internalized kind of the social justice issues associated with our waste problem. And for me, the best way I knew how to live a more, to basically stop being part of the problem was to live a zero waste or a low impact lifestyle. Honestly, when you first started, there was people didn't know what zero waste was, right? It wasn't such a big thing in 2015. A lot of people are like, so you're talking about kacha, and you went to Cambridge to work on waste in India. It was just really kind of hard to process. And I think the best thing that everyone can do is to segregate their waste. And then the second, that they can just compost all of their organic waste. So the banana peel you had this morning, you can literally just put it into a pot or a kamba or compost it. And if you can just compost on site as much as possible, you're literally reducing 60 to 70% of waste from even going out of your house. 7 billion of us on this planet, and if we're all kind of constantly brushing our teeth, waking up in the morning, using that plastic toothbrush, and just consuming in this mindless kind of way, we are really impacting our health and environment altogether. So just kind of looking at the baby steps. Can I switch to a compostable bamboo toothbrush, for instance? When you're done, you can compost it and it'll go back to the earth. Can I perhaps use a menstrual cup? It's made from medical grade silicone. They've been using it since the 1920s with absolutely no negative health impacts associated with it. And this replaces all tampons or pads which have 7 to 9 plastic bags in it, takes 700 years to start disintegrating, and similar things for even cloth diapers. I think but what are the lifestyle things that you can do that will just become a gateway? Carrying your own water bottle. I think especially now we're always thirsty, and then we're scared and worried about the whole health element of it and hygiene element. So just carrying your own water bottle and carrying your own cloth bag and maybe using a bamboo toothbrush. I think these three can be great gateways to living a more mindful, less wasteful lifestyle. When people see something that's packaged in plastic, you might immediately associate that it is clean or hygienic or sanitized and safer, right? And I think currently we're living through the largest global garbage crisis of our lifetime. And it's said that a lot of countries have produced the same amount of waste that they would over the year in the span of 2 months, in the first 2 months of the pandemic. Of course, it's a hard time for all companies, all businesses alike, all over the world. But I will say is that we have a phenomenal team who have just been really kind of innovative, of been able to be positive during this time, really lean on each other, come up with new ideas. We took more things online. We created an ebook, we created a kids book, we have an online course. We did a bunch of free webinars and talks and workshops to kind of sensitize people and spread awareness about the waste pandemic as well parallelly. The sheer amount of medical waste that we have, the equipment that needs to be disposed of. And I think honestly that's opened up a big can of worms with the social justice issues associated with our waste problem again, because who is the one who is collecting all of that, right? And we aren't segregating properly sometimes, and often it's our waste picker community or our waste warriors, like I like to call them. So I think we need to really strengthen waste infrastructure systems, whether that needs to be really smart, low carbon incinerators that are often used to be used for sanitary napkins, etc., can now be used for processing masks and equipment in a safer way that won't be polluting. And these decentralized solutions need to be on ground and off-site. So every apartment complex should have it, every office should have it, every hospital should have it, obviously. So things like that. So I think we can do some things like that, but also little things, if we could all just use maybe a cloth mask and wash it out with hot water. WHO says that we can, that works just as well. once you go green and you realize that there's so many health impacts and it works for you, you just wouldn't want to convert back into your previous way of living. For me, personally, when I started living more sustainably, we started to get a box of vegetables that come from OT, and my mother wasn't really on board with the zero waste thing. But she just loved the quality of vegetables that were then coming home. So for her, it was like, she could feel the difference. She's like, this is what I used to have growing up. So it was like a health benefit. So also noticing what are the core benefits of living a more sustainable lifestyle. Maybe for you it could be money. Maybe you could save 2 lakhs over your lifetime by just using a menstrual cup, which is a one-time investment. So everyone's motives are different. It might be health, it might be economic, it might be environmental. But once you feel it and live it, and then you wouldn't want to have that detrimental impacts in the environment. And yeah, I think once you go green, you'll never go back.